Out front tonight, New Jersey's Democratic Senator Robert Menendez, one of 12 senators calling on the Justice Department to look into the Libor scandal. Good to see you, Senator.
Good to be with you, Erin.
I tried to explain there why this Libor scandal is so important, but obviously you feel it is too. Do you think that there was manipulation by American banks?
Well, we don't know for sure, but we do know published reports have a list of over a dozen banks, two of them from the United States, that are supposedly under review by the Justice Department. And that's why, I wanted to, along with several of my other colleagues, to urge Attorney General Holder to pursue this vigorously, because Libor is at the very basis of our global economic system insofar as the effect on consumers, the effect on investors, the effect on pension funds. All of this is affected. So from your mortgage that may be adjusted because Libor goes up, if you have an adjustable rate mortgage, to credit cards, to your money market funds, all of these are at the core of making decisions that affect our financial well-being. So we need the Justice Department to pursue this vigorously.
Right. And of course, it makes complete sense. The one thing I want to just ask you about this, of course, is that in the instances we've seen Libor manipulation, at least in the case of Barclays, it was the height of the financial crisis. They say they were under pressure from regulators to manipulate it. But my point is they manipulated the rate lower. They wanted to look like they would lend at a lower rate so that they looked like they were a stronger bank. So if anything, the manipulation that we've seen so far would have resulted in lower rates for mortgages, student loans, companies, everybody else. So I'm not saying that justifies it, but it is kind of interesting, right? Actually ended up helping us.
Well, a couple of things about that, Erin. Number one is those rates got shifted because there were other time in which their traders at these very banks wanted to move where Libor was in order to protect their investment positions. And so sometimes it might have been lower to show that, in fact, there was safety and soundness, or you could be secure with that institution. Other times it went up, and if you got caught when it went up in order to protect the trading positions of the very same banking institution, then you got hurt.
Okay, well said. So one other question. A lot of people are skeptical. They say, all right, this Libor manipulation, if it happened, it was widespread, is clearly criminal and a big problem. But then they say, but why have we not seen more prosecutions, whether it be the people at the top of Lehman Brothers or MF Global? No one's gone to jail.
Well, look, I think we should be actively pursuing prosecutions in any of those cases where we not only have civil procedures, but criminal procedures. We need to make it very clear that you cannot manipulate the nation's financial system and do it with impunity. Because that undercuts the very essence of everybody's well-being, from pension funds that are making investments, thinking that Libor is at a certain rate, to money market funds, to individuals as they are affected in their consumer interests, just the entire spectrum. So by prosecuting individuals when we can make a case criminally, in addition to the civil penalties, I am seeking those criminal prosecutions from the government because I think that sends a very clear message.